Welcome back. Cubs lead 4-1. The 90s are coming back for at least one afternoon as the Cubs host 90s Day, August 21st, versus the Atlanta Braves. Budweiser bleacher fans 21 and older will receive a reissue neon Cubs hat in one of 2 popular colors. The game will feature sounds of the decade with popular 90s music playing between innings and so much more. For tickets, visit Cubs.com. Just as long as the 90s Braves don't show up.
Tyler Thornburg against Dexter Fowler. Sac fly in the second for Dexter. Change up.
Yeah, I'm buying. If Tyler Thornburg is a stock, I'm buying. Kind of like what he features out there.
Four-seamer, the change, and mixes in a curve.
Yeah, and the changeup is really, really good. And there appears to be deception. We had that shot from behind home plate. Looks like he hides the ball pretty well.
That is a leadoff walk. Hey, the Jason Mott Foundation is hosting the inaugural Chicago Cornhole Challenge event here at Wrigley Field. Tickets are now on sale. That's September 19th. And it's nearly sold out, so limited tickets are available. They're offering half registration until midnight tonight. That basically means the price is $200 today. It's normally $400. Again, September 19th here at Wrigley Field. Cubs.com/cornhole for tickets.
We used to call that the beanbag toss.
Yeah. Jason had a very successful event of that type in St. Louis earlier this season.
First time up, deep drive to center, just missed a home run. Second time, got tied up a little bit, and the fly ball to right.
Fowler dives back in safely. Ball 2.
Jason Hamill, Matt Garza pitch tomorrow evening, and then Thursday afternoon, John Lester and Tyler Cravey.
That dude is crazy.
Cravey, man.
Once we get to Thursday for the Brewers, it's all crazy. I'll stop.
Oh no, just save them for Thursday.
Good lead by Fowler. 2-1. Schwarber takes it. It's 3-1.
Thornburg misfiring here with his off-speed stuff, and now he's put himself into a fastball count, but I would not be surprised to see him go off speed again. And buy himself a little time to think about it by chasing Fowler back to first base.
There's a change. 3-2.
That's a sign of a good change right there. When you can throw that pitch in the strike zone. Usually when it stays in the zone, it's a hanger and the hitters will do some damage on it.
Fowler takes off. Change up in the dirt. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks.
Stock's taking a little bit of a hit here. But Kyle Schwarber's is not. I mean, that was just a great at bat. He got aggressive on 3-1. That's what you're supposed to do. He got fooled by a very good changeup, but he didn't get fooled on the next one. That was the key.
Cubs made a couple of roster moves today. They activated David Ross off the bereavement list. Our condolences again to David and his family. His grandmother passed away recently. Outfielder Matt Caesar optioned to AAA Iowa following the game on Sunday. And Tommy La Stella, an infielder, activated from the 60-day disabled list. He's been optioned to AAA Iowa. He just needs to play. And we will see La Stella, I'm sure, at the latest on September 1st. He had been on the DL since April 14th. Re-aggravated the oblique in May. Just 2 games in April before he got hurt. Lined and a base hit. Fowler had to make sure he will be held by Gary Jones. The bases are loaded. Nobody out for Anthony Rizzo. Man, this has been fun.
Yeah, boy, just continuing to put the pressure on. Oh, a great swing by Coughlin. Second time he's been on base tonight. Walked and scored last time. Had that successful steal of second base as well. There's Dexter respecting that line drive. And big deep breath by Rizzo. You can almost get inside his head saying, okay, be patient. Make sure you get a pitch.
I said this the other day when it was 2-0 Cubs. This is 4-1, but it feels like it's 10-1. Like the time of possession analogy, and the Cubs have dominated in that category tonight. The 1-0 to Rizzo. It's low. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, if plate appearances are any indication, the Cubs have sent 21 men to the plate to 14 for Milwaukee. Milwaukee's had 4 full turns. The Cubs don't have an out here in the 4th. And it's been, walks, singles, and doubles. They haven't hit the ball out of the ballpark, so it's kind of a 3 yards in a cloud of dust offense to keep the metaphor alive.
Three on, a 3-0 count. The pitch, ball 4. Rizzo gets an RBI as he forces in a run. It's 5-1. Here comes Rick Kranitz. I really don't know what he can say. Wait till we get out of Chicago.
Yeah, if I was him, I would have said I wouldn't have thrown him a strike there either. But now let's move on. And I think Thornburg, his problem is similar to Youngman's here tonight. I think just pushed into a corner a little bit, not trusting their stuff and not getting ahead. And it's hard to when you fall behind the likes of Schwarber and Rizzo to, okay, here's a 92-mile-an-hour heater on 2-0 over the heart of the plate.
Fouled back by Bryant.
And the Cub hitters, for their part, the willingness to stay in the at-bat and not try to do anything too heroic. If you don't throw me a strike, I'm going to take my walk.
Three walks and a single to start the fourth. Well, 2-2. He got him. First time Bryant has been retired. Thornburg with his first strikeout. He needed one.
Yeah, we see number 4 there was up in the zone a little bit, and then number 5 top of the zone with a little life. 95 with some action moving in on Chris. Youngman got Soler last time with a couple of swings and misses on curveballs, and then a fastball that was down and in but called strike 3.
Two strikes on him. Foul back to the seats. We've got a huge crowd here at Wrigley Field tonight, and they've enjoyed it. For this. There is 1 out in the 4th inning. Brewers pitchers tonight have made 111 pitches.
So on a pace for well over 200.
Yeah.
Because they got to pitch at least 8 innings here tonight.
Two and two. Herron through 4 has made 51. Less than half. It's like Kyle Loesch has grabbed the ball. He's now in their bullpen. If he gets in there soon, he may be asked to eat a bunch of innings since he's still stretched out.
Bit of a hanger there, and Soler with a big swing.
Timber. 2-2 on Soler. Bases loaded, 1 out, a run in. The pitch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I hope it was a glancing blow, and he looks fine. So a painful RBI for him. 6-1.
And an RBI walk, and now an RBI hit batsman in this inning. Trying to jam him with a fastball, and Thornburg didn't want to make a mistake out over the plate, so he makes a mistake off the plate, and Soler gets a painful RBI.
So the Cubs went down in order in the first, sent 8 to the plate in the second, 7 batted in the third. This is the 7th hitter of the 4th. Change up, 0-2. Thornburg, 26 years old, went to Charleston Southern University, debuted in 2012. Mostly as a reliever. He did make 10 starts early in his major league career.
Reminds me a little bit of Estrada and Fires, who they've had and have since moved on. Fastballs top of the zone, and then a real good changeup.
Almost exclusively as a starter in the minors. And here's 1-2, strike 3 on a swing. Both outs have been punch outs. That's the thing. Even when he's gotten guys out, he's had to work really hard. Here's Herron. Now this has just kind of been the death by 1,000 cuts, hasn't it? Here tonight. Cubs have not hit the ball out of the ballpark. But they are just making the opposing pitcher work for everything.
Yeah, well, there's been a lack of fastball command from the Brewer pitchers, and they, curveballs and changeups meant to get swings and misses, and they're out of the strike zone, and the Cub hitters are laying off.
Two and one. I suppose in some ways it doesn't matter how you get to 6 runs, whether it's a couple of 3-run homers or 13 hit attack, but tonight is kind of the template, I think, of what Theo Epstein envisioned when he took over this organization. Just grinding away in these at-bats. So they've got 6 runs on 6 hits, 6 walks, a hit batter. Brewers have helped with a couple of errors. Runners go on the 3-2 and a bouncer to third. Herrera will get Herron. But the Cubs add 2 more to their lead, and at the end of 4, it's 6-1.
We invented low fares. Then everyone else pretty much tried to follow. We call it the Southwest effect. But other airlines probably use more colorful language. Low fares. We don't just have them. We invented them. And here we go again. Book for as low as $73 one way now at southwest.com.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
When it comes to fulfilling our customers' expectations, Gerald Subaru of North Aurora has earned a reputation for excellence. We are one of an elite group of Subaru dealers awarded the Subaru Stellar Care Award for excellence in customer satisfaction. Gerald Subaru of North Aurora has one of the largest Subaru inventories in Chicagoland, which means you can drive home today in the Subaru of your choice. Plus, all Gerald vehicles are covered by an exclusive lifetime warranty. Gerald Subaru of North Aurora is dedicated to you. Gerald Subaru of North Aurora is always a better deal, I guarantee it.
Comcast Sportsnet, your home for Chicago Cubs baseball.
Hey, Cubs fans, let's go. Don't miss your chance to catch the best matchups in baseball. Reserve your place in line for history in the making. Join the season ticket holder waiting list. It is easy and free to register. For details, visit Cubs.com/waiting list. And we want to welcome all our viewers watching on Intercounty Cable in Brooklyn, Iowa. Cubs leading 6-1 here in the fifth. Looks like Thornburg will be done, as his spot is due up second after Schaefer. Jason Rogers is on deck. Through four, Herron had made 51 pitches. Youngman and Thornburg combined 124. Popped him up, but back out of play.
Yeah, and Youngman not on top of his game here tonight, but he was pushed into a corner early. Some good swings by the Cub hitters, and then a patient approach as he started to work out of the strike zone. Same thing with Thornburg.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Bring up Rogers. Cutter strike. Old foul on the ground.
Pretty good numbers off the bench for Rogers.
He got him. Called strike three. Fastball at 87. Number 4 for Herron against no walks.
Two-seamer across the top of the strike zone. Working its way back to the inside corner. So 11-game run the Cubs are on, 10-1. Starters are 8-0 with a 2.23 ERA.
To Peterson is wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cubs starters have been lights out during this streak, as you can imagine. Called strike 3. Herron just continuing that tonight. Gave up a run in the 4th, but largely in command, leading 6-1.
You want to hike 2,000 miles?
We go? We go.
Two old friends are about to discover.
You okay? Never better.
That when you push yourself to the edge.
This can't be right. We're not even halfway there. We need to know. We are not driving the Appalachian Trail.
The real fun begins.
Sure, lad, we're not driving.
Redford, Nolte, and Thompson.
If they come for us, play dead. If they come for us, we are dead.
Or Walk in the Woods, rated R.
It can be hotter than Death Valley in your attic. Take these boxes. They're not only perfect for storing old yearbooks and pictures, they're also a perfect food source and nesting material for roaches. That's why I use the latest scientific methods. Orkin. Pest control down to a science.
Right now, Domino's has a large $5.99 carryout special. With a deal this amazing, we're going to need a ton of boxes. This week, carry out large 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each, only at Domino's.
Busy. It's worn like a badge. Coming in early, staying really late. When did leaving work on time become an act of courage? Sometimes it takes a fearless choice to wake people up. Can a CUV provoke change? You have no idea. Introducing the all-new Hyundai Tucson, the official pace car of living.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan here with a Coors Light Cold Hard Facts Sportsnet Central update. 2015-16 NBA schedule will be released tomorrow, but the Bulls reportedly open up the regular season October 27th when they host LeBron James and the Cavaliers. Fred Hoiberg's team will play at Oklahoma City on Christmas Day and in Dallas December 26th. A recap of all the day's news later on Sportsnet Central. Now back to Len and JD at the ballpark.
Cap, thank you. Veteran right-hander Kyle Lohse recently demoted to the bullpen, and it's been a rough year, to say the least. As he faces Addison Russell, first pitch foul out of play into the upper deck. So Lohse 5-13. All of his outings except one have been as a starter with a .621. Matt Garza 6-12 with a .495. Willie Peralta's had some DL time this year, but 2-7 with a .448. So these are your oldest starting pitchers, and probably the top 3 guys you would have expected to kind of match their track record at least.
Lohse was the opening day starter for the Brewers. Now not considered a top of the rotation guy, but he's been a very solid starting pitcher for a long time, and it's just been a nightmare season for him. This is his 3rd year in the Brewer uniform, due to become a free agent, and could not come at a worse time for him. 13-9 last year with a .354 on the heels of an 11-10 season with a .335. His first 2 seasons in Milwaukee were successful.
He strikes out Russell for the first out here in the 5th.
And I don't know what his take was on being relegated to the bullpen, but I'm sure there's probably some part of him that said, you know what, why not? Let's do something different.
The quotes I read, he was great about it. Classy, admitted it's been a rough year and said he would do anything to help the club. Ball 1 to Fowler.
Yeah, and I can feel his pain because I know what it's like to have this kind of a year, and you kind of live with a sense of dread as your day nears when you're getting beat up like that. And even though you would never ask for it, sometimes the move to the pen, just anything different to change the mindset could prove beneficial.
Two and one. I would have to think one of the hardest things to deal with for a guy like Loesch, who's been doing this for a long time, is just not being good.
Right.
You know, it's easier if you're injured. If your velocity has changed, he's averaged 89.5 miles an hour every year since 2010. So that hasn't changed a bit. As he walks Fowler with one out. He hasn't made any excuses that I've seen, but I think just to generalize the conversation, there are times I think when guys will come off as excuses, and it's the defense mechanism of they don't want to admit they were bad.
Yeah. Well, you hear it a lot, and the great Christy Mathewson said that you always have to have a good excuse in your back pocket because you play mental games with yourself.
Right.
And that's what it is a lot when you see guys post-game comments. Well, I didn't have my good stuff. Or you try to push it away from, that wasn't me. There was some external force that created that. While at the same time you want to be accountable. You kind of walk that fine line. But it started early for him. Opening day, 8 earned runs in 3 1/3 inning.
Fouled back by Schwarber. Right, so you start the year with this ridiculous ERA when, based on his career, he's probably thinking, okay, no problem, we'll handle that. It was 21.6, then 11, and 10, and 7. He basically has not gotten his ERA below 5.5 all year.
Yeah, monthly he had a 7.28 in April, a 5.79 in May, 5.83 June, 6.11 ERA in July. Yeah, that's tough, man. You're going through something like you start to tipping my pitches. What am I doing? Do I need to change the way I pitch? Do I need to invent a new pitch, change an arm angle, take a little sandpaper out there and start scuffing the ball, and all kinds of thoughts cross your mind.
Steps off. Home run percentage is up. Strikeout percentage fine. Walk percentage fine. Actually down a little bit. It should be 2. It's going to be none. How about that? So you've got the shift on, and Herrera, the third baseman, I thought he was just going to take that unassisted and turn a 5-3. He tried to flip it to Segura, and they don't get any outs.
Third error of the night for the Brewers. Loesch makes a good pitch. Something running down and away from Schwarber. Looked like a routine double play ball. And went awry early. Never really got it cleanly as he gloved it. And then when he tried to make the transfer, it was more of a push than anything. This is a game, if I'm Craig Counsell, I'm tempted to get ejected.
Just like you're sick of watching it?
Yeah. I'm going to get run and and go get a good steak somewhere.
We'll get another chance, and this time they will turn it. Ooh, 4-6-3, a little flip there at second base. Schwarber and Segura got together, and that will end the inning. It's 6-1 Cubs.
Carly posts,
breaking up with the longest relationship I've ever had. Hashtag sad but true.
Good riddance, Carly.
Hashtag 96 months too long.
Oh, the car. Right. Well, now's the perfect time to head over to the Honda Summer Clearance event. We've got great deals on the Honda Civic, the best-selling car in its class. So ditch that loser.
Hey.
Still talking about the car.
Hurry in to the Honda Summer Clearance event for a great deal on your new Honda.
Scott Danshaw was never afraid of a good dare. Or even a double dare. A dare made him a legend at Brunner Valley High. And a pro basketball player for 10 seconds. Scott Danshaw, we have 3 more dares for you. Mild Chipotle, Hot Habanero, and Fiery Ghost Pepper. Taco Bell's new $1 Daredevil Loaded Grillers. Try all 3 if you dare.
This mountain doesn't own a watch. It's not in a hurry to get where it's going. And yet, after millions of years, it has arrived. It's what inspired us to cold age our beer, which, thankfully, takes a little less than a million years. Coors Light, born in the Rockies.
We know you live and die with your Cubs. So plug into CSN's Cubs page as insider Patrick Mooney delivers the latest team news and more. Plus, connect with other diehards by using the hashtag Cubs Talk. Visit our Cubs page today at csnchicago.com, brought to you by Wintrust.
So you had a little collision there, Schwarber and Segura, but as we look at the replay, essentially Kyle kind of slid early, and it just was more bad timing, where Segura jumped and climbed on his back a little bit. Nothing dirty about any of that.
Yeah, Kyle just bounced.
Almost bounced.
Pretty acrobatic play by Segura.
And a little history here, as Starlin Castro, for the first time in his major league career, plays a position other than shortstop. He is the second baseman. Played some second in the minor leagues. I mean, he never DH'd or anything. He's been a shortstop since the day he got here. This is his 839th. Check that, 845th career game. And the first time he's played something other than short. One and one on Chris Davis. Couple of 2-homer games last week. He admitted recently he's got a little attitude going. With 12 RBIs his last 6 games. There's Travis Wood. And the Cubs bullpen. Three and one. First walk issued by Dan Herron.
And certainly respect for Davis, and also I think it just speaks to the confidence that Herron has in his cut fastball. And there are times when you pitch carefully to a hitter, but this 5-run lead, he was trying to throw a strike there, he just missed.
Swing and a miss by Lind. Castro and Russell looking at each other, going, wait a minute, this feels weird. Used to seeing you on the other side. But, Addison Russell's now the everyday shortstop. And I think it's the right play. It's his natural position, and why move him over when you're going to put Starlin in?
Once you've made the decision that Starlin was no longer the everyday shortstop, that becomes Russell's job, and then Castro fits in out there at second base.
Deep drive. Soler back on the warning track, and he can only watch it get on out of here. Adam Lind with a long home run, his 17th of the year. And it's now 6-3.
Lind just missed one last time up. He hit that double straightaway center field off the top of the wall. This time he does get every bit of it. The Ford home run replay out in front with lift. Adam Lind goes deep for the 17th time. Brewers make it intriguing.
Well, as you said earlier, Herron will give up home runs. The uncharacteristic part is that he walks somebody ahead of that blast. So still nobody out. And it's Lucroy. Foul tip, strike one. Again, a game that felt like it was 13-1 is now a 3-run ball game.
Lucroy's hit the ball on the screws twice tonight and lined out to third base both times.
Little paradoxes that make this game confounding and great all at the same time. The Brewers have been searching for years to find a productive offensive first baseman after Prince Fielder left. Well, they finally found their guy, and they're in last place.
Yeah, they got the piece they were looking for.
Yeah, Adam Lind has been really good.
Yeah, and this is a club that, if you go back and you put Gomez back on this club, Parra, Lind, Lucroy, if he'd been healthy all year. This is a team that, lineup-wise, looked pretty good. And they had been decent. They're middle of the pack, 7th in the league in runs scored. Lucroy was headed to the dugout. Wow. Great pitch by Herron. You'll see it, number 6 there on our Honda pitch tracks.
That's a strike. Lucroy knew it. Problem is Eric Cooper didn't know it. This time a swing and a miss for a strike 3.
Lucroy probably figured, I better be hacking here.
Yeah, the Brewers have outscored the Cubs this year. You look at these two lineups right now, and you wouldn't necessarily think that. That's going to be it for Dan Herron. Weber's sauces and seasonings call to the pen. He's in position to get his first win as a Cub as he hands it over to the bullpen.
Before earning enough cash back from Bank of America to buy a new gym bag. Before earning 1% cash back everywhere, every time. And 2% back at the grocery store. Even before he got 3% back on gas. Kenny used his Bank Americard Cash Rewards credit card to join the Wednesday Night League. Because he loves to play hoops, not jump through them. That's the excitement of rewarding connections. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
Did you steal this thing? Honestly. Because with all of this stuff, and, of course, the way it drives, maybe you really are getting away away with something.
Now, during the Mazda summer event, lease the 2015 Mazda 3 ISV for $149 a month for 36 months.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Hey, buddy, come smell those flowers.
Don't be shy, come on.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Welcome back. Host your best customers and guests in a private suite at Wrigley Field. The Nuveen Investment Suites can accommodate anywhere from 15 to 55 and include food, all you can drink beverages, and parking. To book your premier experience at the ballpark, visit Cubs.com/suites. Sweets and sweets. See, that would be a homonym. Not a synonym.
You're right.
But a homonym. Homonym.
Weber's Sauces and Seasonings. Call to the pen, and that would bring in Travis Wood.
Nice. Well played.
Against Scooter Gennett. And promptly hits a high fly to Kyle Schwarber.
It's a little up and down for Travis Wood of late. Last time out, really good Saturday. He came in behind Kyle Hendricks with a couple guys on base, and he punched out Brandon Belt and then induced an inning-ending ground ball by Brandon Crawford, and then pitched a scoreless seventh. Overall, Travis, 3.38 ERA out of the pen.
Ball one on Herrera. Turns around, bats right-handed. He doubled home Milwaukee's first tally in the fourth. Strike called, 1-1. And that one bounced foul over the third base dugout.
So crazy weekend while the Cubs are sweeping the Giants. The Blue Jays swept the Yankees. Pirates swept the Dodgers.
Yeah,
and there's some pretty good teams.
It was crazy.
Getting knocked around.
Strike three called to end the inning. Travis Wood gets Gennett and Herrera. Two-run homer, Adam Lynn. And you see the score, 6-3 Cubs.
One thing we can rely on in this house is UVerse high-speed internet.
I've been streaming movies all day without any problems.
UVerse high-speed internet has brought much-needed reliability to our life.
It's got reliability you can rely on. With 99.9% reliability, it's one thing you can rely on. Get UVerse high-speed internet for $15 a month for 12 months with other qualifying service on one bill and a one-year term.
Luke Stuckmeyer here. Don't forget to join us for Sportsnet Central tonight. Full highlights and reaction from the Cubs and the Sox. Tom Thibodeau speaks out about his former team, the Bulls, and why Michael Jordan is back in Chicago. See you tonight.
I thought you said you were going to test drive this Buick first.
I am test driving it for 24 hours.
Nice Buick. I guess the test drive last night went well.
Actually, I'm still on it.
You know we're test driving this Buick for 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Test washing it.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know when you're done. I'm going to take it test shopping.
Now get the best of remaining 2015s with cash back for 15% of the MSRP on select Enclave models in stock the longest. That's over $7,200 on this Buick Enclave.
What up, peeps? It's Gabe.
And Babe.
And today we're talking about mobile plans the real way.
Why?
I'm at the coffee shop on my Walmart Family Mobile Unlimited plan. It's unlimited talk, text, and data. We could do this all day with 4G LTE speed. Hey, baby. Because we move fast.
You want to go to the park, bud?
And at $29.88, it's the lowest price unlimited plan that includes 4G LTE.
It's the real plan
For real people
with real savings.
Save money. Live better. Walmart.
As promised earlier in the game, we have selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game. There you go, Ben Cook. Looking rock solid. Tweet your strongest fan photo to hashtag Northside @AStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile.
One ball, no strikes. Loesch to Rizzo. Humphreys McGee. Great Chicago jam band will conduct the stretch coming up in the 7th. Which makes sense because it's called the 7th inning stretch. 2-0.
That's Loesch at his best right there. Any pitch in any count. Changeup has betrayed him somewhat this year, but he's been a good weapon for him.
Rizzo's had the upper hand in their respective careers. 2-1 on the way. And Hoppe gets past Jeanette and into right. Hit it right through the shift.
Rizzo credited with a base hit, rewarded for hitting this ball sharply. It looks like another changeup. This time Rizzo's on it. Goes down and whacks it into shallow right where Jeanette was well stationed. But not the prettiest effort. Kind of got in between, either pursuing or laying back on that ball. Got caught in the middle. Even from out there, as sharply as that ball was hit, if you knock it down, you're still going to be able to throw him out. Anthony on base for the 3rd time tonight. Double walk single. He is now hitting 10 of the 11 games against the Brewers with this work here this evening.
Ball to short. Segura, Jeanette, Lind. Bryant hits into a 6-4-3. So quickly 2 outs, and now Soler. Mets shut out the Rockies 4-0 tonight behind Matt Harvey's 8 shutout innings. Chris Russin pretty good. Took the loss, the former Cub. 6 innings, 1 run. So the Mets started the night with a 1.5 lead over the Washington Nationals. And the Nationals just underway at Dodger Stadium. 0-0 after an inning. And it's Ross and Greinke in that one. That's the change. Blue Jays did beat the A's for their 9th in a row, 4-2. Wow. All this pretty much coinciding with the deals they made. Tulowitzki and Price. It doesn't seem like it works out that way very often, does it? We just make these deals and then you just boom.
Boom, off we go, yeah.
Toronto actually trailed at one point tonight for the first time in 44 innings. You know, the Cubs trailed in 1 inning in the Giants series. So on this homestand, this is game number 5. They have trailed once for an inning. That's it. That will end the 6th. It's the Cubs 6 and the Brewers 3.
With my moderate to severe ulcerative colitis, the
possibility of a flare was almost always on my mind.
Thinking about what to avoid, where to go, and how to deal with my UC.
To me, that was normal until I talked to my doctor. She told me that Humira helps people like me get UC under control and keep it under control when certain medications haven't worked well enough.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Raise your expectations. Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, control is possible.
This is the Ford F-150, and this changes everything.
Drive a new 2015 Ford F-150, the future of tough, for just $249 a month. See your local Ford dealer today.
Welcome back to Wrigley. Cubs on top 6-3 in the 7th. MLB this afternoon, in partnership with the ALS community, announced that all 30 clubs will participate in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge this month. Of course, MLB donating $100,000 and helping fund the Lou Gehrig research. And today, the White Sox, of course, went after the Cubs, their challenge, and here was their response.
Hey there, this is Theo Epstein with the Chicago Cubs. We accept the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge from the Chicago White Sox, and we hope that all our fans can join us in supporting ALS charities this month. Clark, you're up, buddy. We passed the challenge on to the St. Louis Cardinals. They've been hot for too long. Time to cool them off. Thanks, guys.
A challenge that's certainly gone viral, guys, and a lot of people having fun with this, all going towards a tremendous cause. Next up, I'd like to challenge you guys. What do you think? Maybe in the booth next time?
Ooh.
I'd love to see it.
Sure, I'll bring a raincoat.
Pick a hot day. Thank you, Kelly. One strike on Gene Segura, the Brewers shortstop. 6-3 Cubs. Humphreys McGee will conduct the stretch. Did a great job with the anthem tonight. Brendan Bayless from the band is with us, and thank you, Brendan, for your participation in Hot Stove Cool Music. We raised about $500,000 for Theo's foundation to be named later. Had a great time at Metro. And it's your birthday. This is perfect.
It's working out well for me, I gotta say. Up until this moment, it's been a fantastic day.
So the anthem, you did the 5-part harmony bit. How often have you guys done that before sporting events? Because it sounded like you've done it a few times.
We've done it here 5 or 6 times. We've done it at the other stadium 2 or 3 times when I had my Cubs t-shirt on under my shirt. But I think every time we've done it, we're about 3 out of 4 times Cubs win.
Okay, well, that's good. So, Cubs with the lead here in the 7th. We've got a big show coming up at Ravinia in Highland Park this weekend, the 14th, so that's Friday night, correct?
Yeah, I think Cubbies are playing the Sox that day.
We are playing the Sox, yeah. And then North Coast Music Festival here in Chicago, first weekend in September as well. So busy time for you guys.
Yeah, we're looking forward to Ravinia. It's like the only Chicago play we get. My parents come out, my extended family comes out, and they actually see that we're legitimate, and it feels good.
So I have to ask, is the whole band, are they all Cub fans, or is it split?
I'm not going to lie to you, but it's split right down the middle, but you got the right guy here at the right time.
Okay,
so
that's good.
I live walking distance from here.
There's the 3-2 Segura. A slicing liner that's caught by Jorge Soler. No, you and I are, we have similar interests. We kind of mesh. The only, I guess, issue is you went to Notre Dame, I went to Marquette. So aside from college hoops.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I think you have some Milwaukee history, so this has got to be weird for you, right?
Yeah, actually, I did games 15 years ago on a fill-in basis with Bill Schroeder.
So are you torn at the moment?
I am not torn. No.
Good. That's the right answer.
Not at all. A strike on Schaefer.
I'm glad you brought up the Metro event, though, because we need to talk about your base playing skills. Were you there?
I was there, and so why don't you ask Lynn that question right there?
Smothered by Castro from the seat of his pants, and Rizzo can't handle it. Probably a hit for Schaefer.
Yeah, we're waiting for the vocal debut from Tim for the hot stove stuff. But my question was, how nervous were you?
It's
to
funny.
be honest.
I was nervous, but when you play with great musicians, it really does calm your nerves. And I know you got a chance to play with Dax Nielsen from Cheap Trick. As a bass player, when you play with a drummer who's always going to keep it on the rails, you're usually in pretty good shape.
Yeah, well, we got trouble. I've actually made a career of surrounding myself with people that are more talented than I am, so I know what that feeling is.
That's always a
great
good way
skill.
to go. Right?
Great
if you're the weakest link, you're in the right spot.
Climb on the shoulders of giants.
Pitching change here in the 7th. Justin Grimm coming on when we come back.
When a moment spontaneously turns romantic, why pause to take a pill? And why stop what you're doing to find a bathroom? With Cialis for daily use, you don't have to plan around either. It's the only daily tablet approved to treat erectile dysfunction, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right. Plus, Cialis treats the frustrating urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Why pause the moment? Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use. For a free 30-tablet trial, go to Cialis.com.
When he wakes up, he'll be an internet sensation. But you could still be waiting 2 years to upgrade your phone. Your phone is old and weird. Here, use this. It'll make me look even better. To stalk handsome celebrities, you'll need to get the latest phone.
Introducing Jump on Demand. Get the lowest price anywhere on iPhone 6, just $15 a month. Then upgrade when you want for $0 out the door.
Yeah, you just got to advertise that.
Weber's Sauces and Seasonings call to the pen. Justin Grimm is on, and it'll be Ryan Braun off the bench. And greeted by Cub fans as he'll bat for Kyle Loesch.
Well, Grimm having an outstanding year. He has pitched to a 1.50 ERA. Big strikeout numbers. And awfully tough to hit.
You know who was very good tonight was Kyle Loesch. 2 scoreless innings. Kind of settle things down for that Milwaukee bullpen. Trying to keep his team in the game. Here's a pitch to Braun, and it misses outside for ball 1. With Brendan Bayless from Humphreys McGee.
Thanks for having me.
So everybody's going to sing, huh? In the spacious booth.
We're one man down. Jake's at home watching with his kids and family. We got 5 of us, and that's a pretty good percentage.
Schaefer just singled an infield hit. Braun was not in the lineup due to a stiff back, but well enough to pinch hit. There it is. Swing and a miss. That's the curve from Grimm.
Yeah, for an everyday player, obviously not a lot of at-bats in this situation. Braun 2 out of 5 as a pinch hitter this year.
Double play depth up the middle. And 1-1. Fastball 97. And Braun was late, 1-2. He's nearing a milestone. And his last home run was against the Cubs at Miller Park. first, and Schaefer's back. So Joel got to throw out the first pitch. Was it like a coin toss? How did he get the honor?
I actually had faith that this would happen one more time. So.
Gotcha.
I threw the first pitch out last time, and it was low and away. I didn't practice from a mound. I did all the wrong things. But Soriano would have swung at it. So.
2-2 on Braun. Deep drive. Fowler, though, appears to have room, and he does. Schaefer's going to tag, and he will make second. So 2 outs in the inning. And one quick story I'd like you to tell, Brendan. You admitted to me after Hot Stove that your first reaction when you were asked to play was that you wanted to come as a fan and just kind of hang out and not have to feel the pressure. But then you played, and it was worth it, right?
It was totally worth it.
Playing with John Sterrett from Wilco. You mentioned Dax.
I got to, be in the. I watched the show from basically the Cubs dugout. It was fantastic, and I'm going to watch this pitch, and then I'll tell you the rest of the story.
Peterson takes a strike. So you'd come back and play with us next time?
Well, what I meant was the first time my gut reaction was, I've been playing in the same band for 17, 18 years. I'm used to playing with the same people, so getting around a new group, it's out of my comfort box. So I'd rather just watch.
But that's the point of Hot Stove.
And I was wrong. And there's been very few times where I've admitted that, and I'm very glad I did it. And hopefully there'll be another time.
The 0-1 is low. All right, we're going to let you get ready to sing. Thanks for stopping by, Brendan.
Thank you for having me.
And
very nice to
see you.
Low and slow.
Hey guys.
Low and slow.
Just remember that.
The boys are here. They're ready to rock.
1-1 strike on Peterson. Runner at second, 2 outs. Cubs leading by 3. 1-2. James Russell is up.
We saw it over the weekend with the Giants in town. Joe is going to be very aggressive, making pitching changes when he has leads here. Final third of the season. Cubs in great position.
Well, he has the luxury right now of Lester and Arrieta, guys who have gone deep into games. Jason Hamill, another guy who can go deep. They all can go deep, but knowing the top 2 guys can, he's had a quicker hook with the other pitchers in the rotation. I'm going to the bullpen in the 6th inning tonight for Dan Herron. Swing and a miss to end the inning. Stretch time with Humphreys McGee.
Tonight's guest conductors for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Chicago native rock band Humphreys McGee.
All right, everybody, let me hear ya. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and crackers. Jack, I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Cubs. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the ball game.
I'm going to college, but also launching a new startup.
Well, these 2-in-1s come with a fast and powerful Intel Core processor, which means you'll have everything you need to take on whatever college or the real world might throw your way.
Here you go.
That's it.
Get all the technology you need to prep for your best year yet. Save $100 on select 2-in-1 laptops, plus get great offers with our exclusive college student deals. Expert service, unbeatable price. Best Buy.
The McDonald's Jalapeno Double is made with tangy ranch and savory white cheddar for a cool, creamy taste. But it's also loaded with sliced and crispy jalapenos, so it can get pretty hot. That's why we created the all-new Jalapeno McChicken. Actually, that's pretty hot too. Try the Jalapeno Double and the all-new Jalapeno McChicken. Now just $2 each at McDonald's.
Cubs 6, Brewers 3 is former Cub Neil Kotz. Left-hander will pitch here in the bottom of the 7th.
Kotz has had a solid year for the Brewers this year with a 3.20 ERA. Long ball has been a bit of an issue for him. Kyle Loesch, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs. He had a walk and a couple of strikeouts.
Two strikes to Montero. Chris DeNorfia will hit next for Grimm. And he struck him out swinging. Pedro Strop preparing for the 8th. Kotz to the pinch hitter DeNorfia. It's a good curve and it's in. Strike 1.
Well, it's 4 years with the White Sox and then 3 with the Cubs before moving on to Texas for Kotz.
All kinds of injury problems. He persevered. Want to return to the big leagues 2 years ago. 58 appearances with Texas, a 1.11 ERA. Gave up 36 hits in 57 innings. And Belleville on to Illinois State. It's 2-2 on DeNorfia. Lucroy setting up toward the inside, and that ball bounded foul. 37,109 inside the ballpark tonight. Popped into shallow right center, and a good read by Jeanette as he quickly got there to make the catch. Hey, we mentioned Dax Nielsen, big Cub fan. Happy birthday to Dax. Cheap Trick drummer, and there's still time to get tickets to Wednesday's Never Quit Night at the Metro. Mingle with your host, John Lester. Celebrities, Cubs coaches, and teammates. Drinks and food are included. Lots of fun entertainment planned throughout the evening. Net proceeds from the event help fund pediatric cancer research. For tickets, Visit CubsCharities.com. Thursday, I should say. Copy said Wednesday, but it's Thursday after the day game here at Wrigley Field.
And the Cubs will embark in a long, arduous road trip to the south side of Chicago before returning home. Couple with the Tigers. 4 with Atlanta. Makeup game with Cleveland before heading out to San Francisco.
And that'll be a big trip at the end of this month. San Francisco and Los Angeles. Who knows? Could be the Dodgers in the wild card race. Giants 2.5 out. Dodgers have lost 4 in a row, as have the Giants. Russell got hit. Arm or hand. And it's stinging.
Soler got plunked earlier in the ball game, and now Russell takes his turn on the wrist, it looked like. Perhaps just above it. Hopefully just above it.
Albert says you're all right. He'll take his base with 2 outs.
No hits. Pretty good night for Fowler. Sac fly. Couple of walks. Run scored.
Ground ball to third. Play is to first, and Herrera makes it, and the inning is over. We go off to the 8th. Pedro Strop is on with a 3-run lead.
When he wakes up, he'll be an internet sensation. But you could still be waiting 2 years to upgrade your phone. Your phone is old and weird. Here, use this. It'll make me look even better. To stalk handsome celebrities, you'll need to get the latest phone.
Introducing Jump on Demand. Get the lowest price anywhere on iPhone 6, just $15 a month. Then upgrade when you want for $0 out the door.
Yeah, you just got to advertise that.
Scouting is an important part of baseball, but it's also an important part of shopping. I'm looking for hustle. That's fast enough. Now let's see if you can catch. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Attention, America. Get yourself a free half-gallon of Dole Classic lemonade with any 10-piece meal or larger purchase. Because when you buy this chicken, there's free lemonade for the picking. It's finger-licking good.
With National Tire and Battery's conventional oil change, we rotate your tires, check your battery, and visually check your brakes, all for $19.99 plus $3 disposal fee. Plus, now get the lowest installed price on tires guaranteed, including the Michelin Premier AS tire. Even when worn, they still stop shorter on wet roads than leading competitors' brand new tires. National Tire and Battery. That's all you need.
Some suggestions for getting to Wrigley Field. Public transportation, always a very good choice. If you ride your bike, use the Cubs courtesy bike check. And if you drive your car, the Cubs provide free parking and shuttle service on night and weekend games from 3900 North Rockwell. For details, visit Cubs.com.
Here's Pedro Strop. This is a 3-run ball game, and Joe is definitely treating it like it's a close game, and it is. It hasn't felt like it at times, but the way the Cubs offense just kept grinding out at bat after at bat early.
Yeah, one or two swings of the bat away from just an explosive night here. It has not materialized, but it's been a comfortable lead most of the night. And you like to have this guy as hot as he's been leading off, as opposed to up there swinging with a couple of guys on base.
1-1. Strope's 301st career appearance on the mound, all in relief. And over half those appearances have come as a Chicago Cub. 157. So you look at the body of work as a Cub for Pedro Strop. A 253 earned run average, 85 hits in 145 2/3 innings, 168 strikeouts, 59 walks. So that's a whip of under 1. And over 10 strikeouts per 9 innings.
At a 7.25 ERA with Baltimore when the Cubs acquired him. I mean, he had pitched very well the year before.
Struck him out swinging. Strop and Arrieta for Feldman and Clevenger. That was the deal the Cubs made on July 2nd, 2013. Big night for Lind. Double, homer, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. Xfinity high-speed action. Not too much doubt about it. And that made it 6-3 in the 6th, and that's where we stand here in the 8th. 1-1.
And hitting with that front heel raise, trying to make sure he keeps his weight back.
Castro. Someone's got to be saying to himself, I got this much time. There's an adjustment when you go to second base from short.
Yeah, everything just looks weird too, coming from the other side.
2 outs. It's Lucroy. Hit the ball hard the first 2 times up at Bryant for an out. Struck out in the 6th.
Second base is easier to play in that. Obviously, you have shorter throws, so you can mishandle the ball, still have time to recover more often than you do at short. Obviously, you don't need to have as strong an arm. But that was never an issue for Starlin. Biggest challenge is turning the double play. You're back to the runner when you receive the throw from the shortstop or the third baseman.
Two.
McCroy 3 for his last 31. And tonight his story's been one of some tough luck. Couple of bullets first 2 times up, but right to Chris Bryant at third.
He did not take a left turn and head back to the bag like earlier tonight. They're now in the 9th in St. Louis, and the Cardinals lead 4-3. A 3-run 5th to give them the lead. Stephen Piscotty with an RBI single. Go ahead RBI. Lucroy strikes out. 2 punch outs in the inning. For Pedro Strop, we go to the last of the 8th. It's the Cubs 6 and the Brewers 3.
We invented low fares. Then everyone else pretty much tried to follow. We call it the Southwest effect. But other airlines probably use more colorful language. Low fares. We don't just have them. We invented them. And here we go again. Book for as low as $73 one way now at southwest.com.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Comcast Sportsnet, your home for Chicago Cubs baseball.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan in our Comcast Sportsnet studios with a Sportsnet Central update. Jets quarterback Geno Smith gone at least 6 to 10 weeks with a broken jaw. Suffered when he was punched by teammate Ike Ipnakapala. Not easy for me to say. Who was immediately released by the team. In other NFL news, 2016 draft returns to Chicago. It'll be held April 28th through the 30th. Todd Hollinsworth joins me later for the postgame show. Now back to Len and JD at the ball.
Thank you, Cap.
Do you ever notice in sports when there's a fight on the team, if nobody gets hurt, it's just, the nature of it. It's brothers, there's scrapping.
If somebody gets hurt, somebody gets released.
You break the quarterback's jaw, man, you're gone.
Yeah, right. 1-0 on Schwarber. Outside for a ball. James Russell cranking it up in the Cubs bullpen. Jason Mott stretching. Schwarber could not hold up. 2-1. Kotz with a 2-1. It's in there. It's a strike. Even at 2-2. It's over in St. Louis. Carlos Martinez gets his 12th win. 4-3. Cardinals with a comeback victory. The 3-run 5th did it. Charged by Jeanette. Glove to glove to Lynn. Make sure you follow the Cubs all season long with MLB.com at bat. At bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. Nice hand for Starlin Castro, but he will not face Kotz. There's a pitching change is coming. Weber sauces and seasonings called to the pen. In fact, 6-3 Cubs.
There are other luxury cars starting around $29,900. But when put to the challenge, not one of them made this kind of, what's the word? Impact. The Audi A3, the only car in its class to receive both a 5-star overall safety rating and IIHS Top Safety Pick.
Where were you born? It's a question asked all the time. Because where you're from shapes who you are, inspires how you do things. And when that inspiration comes from a place this refreshing, this majestic, this... well, you get the idea. Coors Light, born in the Rockies.
Every pitcher has a different routine. Before I pitch, I hit Subway for my go-to. Have for years. Fresh made turkey and cheese on 9-grain wheat with jalapenos, mustard, and a little bit of vinegar. Followed by a steady diet of fastballs.
Weber Sauces and Seasonings call to the bullpen. Tall right-hander Corey Knebel.
We'll get our first look at Knebel in the recent series in Milwaukee. Throws hard. He has pitched to a 3.48 ERA, struck out 37 batters in 31 innings. Walked 12, allowed 27 knocks, 4 which have left the ballpark. Originally a supplemental pick after the first round in the June 2013 draft by the Detroit Tigers.
So 4th straight game out of the starting lineup for Starlin Castro. First time during this stretch he's gotten into the game. Now playing second for the first time in his major league career. Came in the 6th. And he looks at a strike, 1-1. Fastball 96. Starlin fouled it back to the net.
One of the biggest challenges for a guy who's been an everyday player, all of a sudden finds himself in a part-time role, is you know, just that pitch for pitch, at bat by at bat mindset that an everyday player takes. When you don't get that many chances, the temptation, of course, is to go up there and do something dramatic when you do get a chance, and sometimes that leads to bad swings. Knebel tops out at 98 miles per hour. He'll sit right around 95.
That's it.
It's nice and easy.
Right side pop up. Lind Hazard. Here comes Rizzo for the 5th time. Caught looking in the 2nd. Doubled home a run in the 3rd. Walked in a run in the 4th. Singled in the 6th. Trying to close in on their 5th consecutive win.
If the Pirates losing tonight, the Cubs would move to within 2.5 games of Pittsburgh. Seems to me that's the closest they've been in a while.
Yeah, I think so. Yep. Astros, Giants, scoreless, bottom 3 in San Francisco. Tight. Thought, did it hit him? I guess it did. My first thought was he thought it was ball 4, but it was ball 3. But that is the third Cub batter to be hit by a pitch. Yeah, it did. And that is what, 23 now for him?
Sounds about right. And those are the ones that really make me nervous.
Major League leading 23rd hit by pitch. Nationals, Dodgers, 0-0 bottom 3. So Cubs 3.5 up on San Francisco going into action tonight. 4.5 ahead of Washington.
By all accounts, the Brewers should be down about 10 runs here tonight. About all the walks, 3 at batters, 3 errors committed.
One on Bryant. High fly ball. And this will be handled by Schaefer. So we will go to the 9th. 6-3 Cubs.
Every day, millions of amazing photos and videos are shot with iPhone. That's because the iPhone makes it easy for everyone to shoot amazing photos and video. If it's not an iPhone, it's not an iPhone.
Why pause a spontaneous moment to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
I'm ready to crack like nobody's watching. Why? Because it's Red Lobster's Crab Fest, and there's so much crab, so many ways. And with dishes like this luscious crab lover's dream or savory snow crab bake, I'm just getting started. So hurry in and get cracking.
Cubs fans, get ready for an exciting finish. Brought to you by New Finish Car Polish and the #1 rated scratch remover, Scratch Doctor.
Brewers and Toyota Cubs upcoming schedule, and the common theme here is teams below 500, and the other part is the Cubs get to sleep in their own beds here these next 2 weeks. That counts for something, especially when you're in the dog days of August. Off day on Monday. Tigers, we thought they'd be right in the mix. They're not. And then 4 against the Atlanta Braves next weekend. Here's a former Brave, James Russell.
It's like University of Texas alumni night here. This is the third UT product to pitch in this ball game. Youngman, the starter, and Knebel, the reliever we just saw from the Brewers. Both UT guys, as is James.
Hernan Perez batting for Jeanette. Herrera and Segura to follow. Might see Mott at some point. One and one. Has the sign. Change up is line to center. Fowler's got it. All away. Hey, we want to give a shout out to our good buddy Jeff Joniak filling in for the vacationing Pat Hughes. Pat will be back tomorrow night, but Jeff over on Cubs Radio WBBM with Ron Coomer, Mark Brody, Dave Miska, the voice of the Chicago Bears. So he's doing the two-sport thing here this month.
It's like Bo Jackson.
Herrera fouls. One and one. Russell in his second stint as a Cub.
Mott ready if needed.
Foul pop up in the bullpen. Castro, did he catch it? He did. Starlin Castro is so good at going after those pop-ups, but it's always down the left field line. This time he goes into the right field bullpen. What a play.
Well, you talk about selling out, man. He was going full bore into that visiting dugout or bullpen, excuse me. Great concentration. Beautiful.
2 outs. Here's Segura. This is a save opportunity for James Russell. Would be the 4th of his career if he gets it. This is his 300th career inning as a Cub. The 1-0 on the way to Segura. Into center and a base hit. We've got a left-hander coming up. That's Schaefer, and he will take the at-bat. So it looks like Russell will face him.
And pitcher spot is next, and they're down to 1 on the bench. The backup catcher Maldonado. If James gets this final out, he will be the 7th different Cub pitcher to record a save this year.
Here we go. Schaefer cuts and misses. goes 0-2. No steal for Segura.
Hector Rondon struck out the side after loading the bases in the 9th on Sunday through a bunch of pitches. So Joe staying away from Rondon here tonight.
To Schaefer. Also coming home in the air. This should do it. Fowler makes a grab. Cubs win. Cubs win 5 in a row now as they beat the Brewers 6-3.
Congratulations, Dan Herron, his first win in a Cub uniform, number 150, and an outstanding major league career for Herron. James Russell picks up his first save of the year. Cubs with all kinds of traffic early in the ball game. Chase Taylor Youngman after just 2 2/3 innings. It's been a recipe for success all year long, but really even more so here lately.
So our Binny's Beverage Depot toast of the game, we're giving it to Dan Herron, as JD mentioned. Milestone win, not only number 150 as a big league pitcher, but his first as a Cub in his second try.
Yeah, 5 1/3, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, had a walk, struck out 6. Very good through the early portion of the ball game, settling in as his mates put some runs on the board for him. Good stuff from Dan Herron here tonight.
Cubs went 4 out of 13 with men in scoring position. They had a million chances. They knocked the starter Youngman out after 2 2/3 through 4 innings. 124 pitches made by Milwaukee pitching, and one of the guys who made him work was Anthony Rizzo, and he's with our Kelly Kroll.
He sure did. Anthony, the bats stay hot, especially yours against this Milwaukee club. What's been the key to this offense clicking so well as of late?
I think just grinding it out. You know, we hit a stretch for a little bit where we were really grinding hard, and now it's contagious. So we just want to keep it going, get the next guy up, and let them take care of their business.
Well, you had a different-looking second baseman there at the end of the game, but certainly made a spectacular play. Starlin Castro, you said he'd be fine despite this point in his career. How proud of him are you just right now and what he's doing?
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. He looks like a natural over there. That's what I told him. So, you know, Castro's a great teammate. He's a great guy. So he just wants to win like all of us do. So we're going to keep grinding, and I think everything's going to work out.
You know, Joe Madden used the word swagger. He's starting to see that in you guys. The biggest transformation you're seeing in this clubhouse?
I think you just see everyone start really believing. We had it before, but now when everyone's loose and everyone's happy.
Anthony, thank you so much. There you go, 2 for 3 tonight, 2 RBI for Anthony Rizzo as the Cubs win, guys.
Kelly, thank you. So for JD, for Kelly, and our entire crew, Len Casper with your final score. Cubs 6, Brewers 3. We are back with you on CSN for the Cubs and the White Sox. Crosstown Cup action continues on the south side, 2 o'clock for our special pregame coverage. Not done yet. Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs postgame live is next.
Cubbies get it done again. That's 5 straight and 11 of 12 as they beat the Milwaukee Brewers tonight 6-3. Cap and Holly with you. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Cubs had a lot of traffic, as Len said. They probably could have scored 10, 11 runs in this ballgame, but Dan Herron was pretty good.
Well, that's what you wanted. The formula for success tonight going into the ballgame is that this Brewers team has had struggles against us. We think back a couple weeks, we took care of business up there. But, yeah, you didn't want to have a little carryover. Had the day off yesterday. You're coming back. You want to make sure you're on your game. There's no doubt about it. The Cubs got it done early, putting traffic on there in the second inning, the third inning, the fourth inning. Sure, maybe we could have scored a few more runs, maybe had a little better at-bats. But I'll tell you what, guys were grinding them out. Got Youngman out of there early in this ball game, jumped into that bullpen. That is a big, big ball game for the first game of a series. I love it. Got in their bullpen early, got the offense rolling. As you said, a solid performance from Herron.
All right, Cubs win. We'll take you to Joe Madden's press conference. We'll show you all the highlights, how this one one broke down. Cubs win 6-3. We'll be right back right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
And now, Feldco's biggest sale. Get free installation on all windows, siding, and doors with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 1 year.
Hurry, Feldco's free installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
From the people who brought you underwhelming internet speeds and the people who brought you temperamental satellite television. Introducing underwhelming internet speeds and temperamental television in one. Welcome to the moment no one's been waiting for.
The fastest internet and the best TV experience is already here with X1, only from Xfinity.
One of the best trucks I've ever driven.
What doesn't this truck do? The Ford felt more powerful, but really impressed me a lot.
It's got the best of both worlds.
Surprising. You're welcome to have my Chevy Silverado for this F-150.
This is leadership, and this changes everything. Get the best deal of the year on Ford F-150 with up to $6,300 in total savings plus $750 bonus cash when you finance with Ford Credit during the Ford Summer Sales Event.
Brian Bearhead, great at bat by Soler. High drive. Rizzo save. Caught by Russell. Struck him out. What a moment for the kid.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Audi, truth in engineering. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Toyota. The annual clearance event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. This is Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs postgame live.
2 to Schaefer. Also coming home in the air. This should do it. Fowler makes a grab. Cubs win. Cubs win 5 in a row now as they beat the Brewers 6-3.
Cubbies win 6-7-0. A lot better than 3-7-3. Big Milwaukee errors. Cubs improved to 15 over 500 for the first time since 2008. The Brew Crew fall to 48-66. Well, welcome to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. He is Todd Hollandsworth. I'm David Kaplan. You come home off a day off of rest. You swept the Giants. You don't want any kind of a letdown. Right. The Cubs were able to get traffic going at 7 walks.
Well, that's what you want to see. I mean, you think about it. Brewers made 3 errors. You had 3 hit by pitch, 7 walks. The guys did a nice job tonight putting traffic out there. Sure, we can talk about the second, third, and fourth. You scored 6 runs. Maybe you left 8 guys on base. But again, the Cubs were hitting long innings. I mean, wearing the Brewers down. I mean, that's it. When you go up against a team like the Brewers right now, the object is to come out and make noise early in ball games. I've heard this my entire life as a big leaguer, that when you get into games you're supposed to win. When you're a playoff caliber team, you want to come out against those teams that are below 500, 10 games under, you're going through some transition, and make a statement early. You take the wind out of their sails, and you saw that. There was a little fight in the middle innings from the Brewers, but not much once you got those 6 runs.
All right, UPS Store taking care of business. Player of the game, we're going to give it to Anthony Rizzo. 2 hits, A bases loaded walk reached by being hit by a pitch for the 23rd time this season, most in the bigs, and 2 RBIs.
Yeah, nice approach tonight. Again, from the Cubs, top to bottom of the lineup, really using the big part of the field. That double right there kind of got things going for us. Base hit to right field, walk with the base loaded. A lot of good things from Anthony. Again, you know, you think back to when he was struggling just a little bit, expanding his strike zone. He's been better. He's been locked in, and that's what you need to have. He's the one guy, certainly, and we talk about everybody being better, but Anthony is the man that this offense rolls through, and to have him hot right now is a good thing.
Yeah, he's obviously not very good against the Milwaukee Brewers when you look at his season numbers. Check that out. Ridiculous. 377. Guy's been unbelievable. 3 doubles, a triple, 5 bombs, and 15 knocked in. Guy's been money.
Just making sure you were kidding there for a second.
I was kidding.
I know he's got big numbers against these guys. Yeah, well, you know, listen, you get in a rhythm against a particular team, your confidence goes up. Listen, Anthony's had a fantastic season. Sure, we know this, you know, top to bottom. He's had an MVP caliber season for us, certainly on the national level. He's probably in that top 10 conversation, no doubt about it. But what he is to our team, there's always going to be those teams that you dominate. There's going to be teams that you feel particularly good against, teams that'll get you out of slumps. And right now, Anthony Rizzo sees the ball well from these guys. They feature an awful lot of right-handers, and they kind of attack him the same way. That's the one thing. They do still give him an awful lot of fastballs sometimes to hit, but Anthony's good enough to where he can expand that strike zone just a little bit and still put good wood on the baseball, and we've watched him do it many times this year, and again, tonight, putting together quality at-bats.
Well, let's go to that second inning for the Cubs when they were able to plate 3 runs. Chris Bryant, a double. Soler with an RBI. There's Bryant right there. He smokes one into the gap. That one's going to get down, and that's going to be in his glove. Now watch this. Can't control it. He trapped it. Had no idea where it is. Bryant hustling out of the box. He ends up at second base. Jorge Soler comes through, and that will plate the first Cubs run. Bryant flying around third, and there will not even be a close play on him. Okay, that pitch right there keeps his head in. Yep. He's locked in. He's much better than he was. Wasn't flying open, base hit.
Well, Soler's always great when he uses the middle of the field. It's why he stays back. He doesn't get out. He doesn't chase as much. He's starting to think about it. But again, most of the action you see in this inning is going the other way. I do want to sit back and talk back about Chris Bryant's at bat right there. That's a very, very positive sign for Chris Bryant. That's a fastball 94 up on his hands that he got to enough, drove it out into left center field. Good sign. But again, this is what you want to do. We talk about how you want to go against the Brewers. If you continually put guys on base, you're relentlessly doing this, you're going to have some errors, you're going to have some walks. It's what happens. Teams are in this position, like the Brewers, for a reason. This is a team that's to be respected because it is a big league team, but you can knock them down early if you get after them.
There's Addison Russell ripping one to left field. Now they're juiced, and here's Dexter Fowler. Just get the bat on the ball and drive home a run.
Well, you saw all this action. Like I said, it was great approaches by Cubs hitters. These weren't guys that were swinging from the hills, trying to tie games up and go for the downs and hit home runs. This is what you want to see. I think back to the successful teams that I played on throughout my career, there's a bit of a philosophy. Play for the lead early. You watch the Cubs do that tonight.
Here's Dexter Fowler. He takes a walk to lead off the inning. And then there's Schwarber. He takes a walk. And all of a sudden, Cubs are in business again. And then there's Chris Coghlan delivering a base hit. And the bases are going to be loaded with Cubs with nobody out. There's a walk to Anthony Rizzo. Runs coming home. They just had, as you said, so much traffic. There's Soler getting hit, brings home another.
Well, it's pressure pitches, Cap, early in a ballgame. That's ultimately what you end up doing. You know, I told you, I don't know how many times, you know, you watch a guy clean the bases off with a big home run. You know, sometimes back-to-back at bats, it's what you want.
Here's Joe Madden, brought to you by Xfinity.
Well, you know, Peter recapped for me all the different ways that we scored tonight. It was kind of interesting. We had guys out there the whole time. We worked good at bats. Left some folks on base, but I love the tenacity of the at-bat. That's what I've been talking about. It continues to get better. Overall, we caught the ball on defense. Danny pitched well. I mean, he gave up that home run to Lind. He'd love to have that pitch back, of course. Then he would have had himself a really good day. Probably would have finished that whole inning there, too. Bullpen was outstanding once again. So just kind of a team win. Starlin makes a great play, which is very big in that moment. So a lot of good things happened tonight.
When Starlin made that catch, I mean,
that was great. I mean, that's what I'm saying. His attitude's been fabulous. And then to make that among the bullpen with the crap on the ground and guys flying all over the place and there's no room left, and It's at night, and it's different. And that's a fact. He's really good on pop-ups. I've been told that in the past. I've seen it. But that was a spectacular play right there.
Did you want to stay away from Rando tonight?
I told him to wear his sneakers before the game. And that was it. There was no chance he was playing today.
How many guys on your team have stayed this year?
How many?
7. That was by design?
Well, yeah, of course. You know, once we wanted to, you know, get Ronnie out of there and fix him up a little bit and get him back, then it's just going to be spread out among the masses. And the way it played out, I mean, Stropey did the heavy lifting. Davis, Lynn, LaCroix, he did the heavy lifting in the 8th. And then when James came out, he can throw strikes, and he did. They hit some balls decently, but we were placed well. Had some, you know, good backups involved if we needed it. So there's, I mean, I've been involved in this kind of a bullpen in the past. You know, based on leverage situations, you need a bunch of guys that are really egoless to make it work. Somebody that's not going to be upset that one night he's pitching in the 6th and maybe the next night, the 8th or the 9th. I think our guys are understanding that it's just based on your talents versus theirs, and just trying to put the best matchup out there possible.
So you want to go ahead. All right, time for our Cholula Hot Sauce pitching recap. Take a look at the numbers. Taylor Jungmann did not have a good night last year. Just 2 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned, but 3 walks. And he was all over the place, and he was yanked. Dan Herron pitched very well in his 2nd start, first at Wrigley as a Cub.
Think like a surgeon. Love it. D. Herron, man, getting it done. You know, I love it. I love watching guys, you know, late in their career just take apart a lineup, you know, without the velocity. I mean, our game has really gone down that road. We all love it. And, you know, 96, 97 miles an hour, we love to see it. But I'll tell you what, Dan Herron knows how to pitch. You saw the tilt on the ball tonight. 2-seam fastball back in on lefties. Backup slider, backup curveball, splitty down in the zone. This guy knows what he's doing. You know, he may have a moment where he gives us real length in a game, but I mean, this is probably what you're going to expect as Dan Herron the rest of the way. But that's what they brought him on board to do.
Just give you a chance, right? And that's what he did. Time for a break here at Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. We'll be right back with highlights from the Cardinals-Pirates thriller tonight in the league.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
How's it going up there?
I need more time! You only get a handful of minutes to start a new life.
We gotta go!
Keep looking! It's gotta be here!
He's coming!
So you grab what you need to get you through.